Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers with some nomadic survival, where today the plan is simple. We need to continue on with the Mega Rover build, named the Phoenix. And to do that it requires us to get a lot of Cobalt, so we can build metal grids and then we can build heavy armor. Off camera, I've been fairly busy letting this drilling platform run that we built in the last episode, and as you can see, it has got down quite deep. It has also revealed some beautiful material hidden in the rock. So drilling down, we did actually manage to hit some. It was sort of like that-ish. So we chunked a little bit off. And that way, if I was to look inside of... yeah, you'll see we do have Cobalt. So we have about 250,000 Cobalt ore, plus about 60k more. And that's currently refining in the 2 refineries, and we're up to about 10,000 Cobalt ingots at the moment. So it's pretty good. You'll see we also have 90k and a lot of other stuff, and in here, just over 250,000 iron, a lot more nickel. But that's not all of it. No. We have a lot more. This drilling platform produced so much iron and nickel and silicon that I had to actually dig a hole here and dump rock. I was dumping gravel and stone into this pit because we had too much of the stuff. Well, you know what? Let's show off a little montage of the drilling of the hole, the burying of materials in a sort of like montagey time-lapse thingy-majig. Let's do that.
It's cool, just lying here on the floor. Cold tiles, my feet against the door. How long have I been in this space? Arms over eyes, help me retrace. How did I become the doormat here? Memories spinning around my head seem pretty cavalier. Little by little you take control. It's a little uncivil how your game's in motion. And I don't even notice that I'm playing your game. Till you leave me a warning thinking I'm the one to blame. From my heart has made it pretty clear. Little by little you take control. It's a little uncivil how your game's in motion. And I don't even notice that I'm playing your game. Till you leave me a warning thinking I'm the one to blame.
can see I've been quite busy. I've also built, obviously you probably noticed, this little building here. And that is purely just so I can drive a little vehicle in. I could have just left it entirely open, and maybe I should have, but I was like, nah, I want to make it look cool. It's only light armor, so it didn't really cost that much in steel. Built some more wind turbines, which I apparently haven't welded up. That's fine, I don't really need to. But yeah, I've added modules onto the backs of these. We're currently, or we are, even when the refineries are running, producing more power than what we're using, so it's 100% efficient. Oh, yes. I also built this miner. So, one of the days I had a couple of drinks, and was like, I just want to do some building. So I ended up building this. I think I recorded it. Some of it, all of it, I don't actually 100% know. But yeah, it's a nice mining ship. It's in the same style as all my other vehicles, so my GBT faction type vehicles, so the orange and black aesthetic. You'll have to let me know what you think of the sort of hash lines, because on some of my vehicles, I just go completely, you know, just straight orange and like dark grey, black, whatever. And I think that looks cool, but then on some I've added some of the like black and orange hash lines. I kind of like it in a sense for like machinery type vehicles, so like, you know, your welders, grinders, drillers, that kind of thing. And then for like the carriers and stuff, it's more just a solid colour. I don't know, you'll have to let me know. But that leads me on to one other thing I wanted to do, a little experiment. So, with the whole YouTube algorithm and things, I want to do some testing. I'd like to see if every single person watching this video could leave a comment in today's video. It could be anything. It could be just saying hi. It could be a little question you have for me. It could be what you thought of this video. Anything. Just a little comment, like the video, and, you know, if you're already down there, subscribe. And I want to see if that does anything to the YouTube algorithm where it's like it advertises it to way more people or something like that. You know, just a little experiment. It doesn't take you, you know, takes you nothing, and it's a little fun for me. So, you do that. I give you a couple of seconds. And I appreciate you all. So, we need to carry a lot of the material over. But it's difficult for this one because I want to kind of select what I'm bringing back. Yeah. Okay, let's try and get this aligned. So, in my magical wisdom, I decided to make it exactly the width of this vehicle, basically. So if I don't go perfectly and straight, I basically rub my wheels on the edge. It's not really a problem, it's just a little bit like, why did I do that? Let's keep it in straight. There we go. So yeah, you see, I don't really have much free. Yep. Okay, so, do we use the connector to select exactly what I want, or do I use... Yeah, maybe right. How much cargo can this actually carry? That's one thing I never rate one. Oh, you wanted to check and I never did. So 46,000. Okay, so it's about 50 to 60,000, and I have a lot more than that. Ah. Because I don't really need to carry all of this, and I feel like it's just gonna try and dump it all on. We don't actually have that much. Okay. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. What am I doing? I don't need to go in there. So, obviously this is what I use to dump from my drilling from Nelly, the Rover grinder. And I've just added the connectors onto dump. It'll just pick up all of the ingots. I've got a little screen here which is using the OS script, which just says how full this vehicle is, so I can, you know when to stop before it gets entirely full. I like to load it around 70%, or 80%, depends. But it's not bad. It doesn't take that long, you know, it's quite easy. Currently this whole script is broken. I don't know. Well, I do know. I don't know why. It's basically reset all the names. So I haven't done that. It's just randomly done it. I don't know if it did it when the game updated. I don't know if when the game updated it changed some stuff, because yeah, we're now in the new we've got the new DLC, the new update. Haven't made a video on any of that, like all the new blocks and all the stuff that's been added, the whole whatever it is, PvE, that kind of thing. I filled that up way too much. So I haven't really messed around with any of that stuff. If you guys want to see a video of that, let me know. Again, something else you guess you can comment. Yeah, I don't know. I used to do that a lot, but more recently I haven't been, just because it's like so many other people cover it. What's the point for me covering it, I guess? But I don't know. We're also going to turn on this and do a little bit of more digging into this side here. Now, I originally built this because I thought we were going to kind of miss the material entirely. It turns out we actually got quite a lot, so I guess this vehicle wasn't really needed that much, but I still want to use it. So we're just going to dig directly in here, into all the cobalt. It's also using the new cockpit. So this cockpit you can get if you sign up to the newsletter thing. So if you just type in an email, it just gets added to your game, which is kind of cool. So it's not a paid thing. It's nothing. And the newsletter is quite cool. It gives you all the updates, or what the guys at Keen are doing with the game. So all of the V-Rage stuff, all of the future game updates for Space Engineers, and just a lot of them stuff. So I use it quite a lot just to get some information, so I kind of know what's happening with the game. And yeah, they've decided just to add a seat to it. So kind of cool. Kind of cool. How much is that? Okay. A little bit more drilling, digging. Oh yeah, we did have some Reavers attacking some of the nearby enemy bases to me, because Reavers are basically like rogues, a rogue faction. They are friends with no one, so they just attack anything and are relentless. So I managed to record a little bit of it. I'll show it on screen now as well. So yeah, they're kind of scary. Their corpse is still over there, so maybe we should go and visit them. But I don't know. Maybe we should, maybe we shouldn't. So almost full. Right, I'm gonna call that good. Apparently, like all my other vehicles, all my other flyers, I've not added enough batteries to make this fly in like 3 directions at 100% set, so that's not ideal, but it's fine, it's fine. But yeah, this vehicle has a lot of thrusters underneath. You see I'm using all the different types, and it really does give it quite a lot of lift. I've got plenty of side thrusters. I've got basically 4 on each side. I've got 4 back thrusters, and I've also got 6 front-facing thrusters. So it's pretty good. It is honestly pretty good. And then I've created my own little landing gear, so it uses a blast door, which is then connected to one of the panels. And yeah, it keeps it nicely level on the ground. I've modified my other one to basically do the same. Honestly, I think it's really cool. Oops, that's the wrong button. So the one thing I've also changed with this Rover is I've decreased the friction a little bit on the wheels. And that's to try and help with the whole it catching on the ground and sort of, you know, getting a little bit angry. So we'll see how it does. The only thing it means is it doesn't sort of accelerate, stop, anything as fast. So, maybe a problem, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm actually really enjoying this whole build. Like this Mega Rover, I've never quite built anything on this scale before, or at least not in survival, not in a very, very long time. So I'm really enjoying it, and it seems like all of you guys are too. We've had a lot of new people come to the channel to see what's going on. So I appreciate you all hanging around, seeing what's happening. Reaver Slayer is still very angry. I think what's happened is he's crashed into the ground and he's damaged, but he's still operational, so he's like, I'm gonna attack you, but doesn't actually know how to get to us because none of his systems are working. So, looks to be him. Also, I've decided to try and make these videos a little bit longer because I'm only doing one a week. What I basically want to do is have a little bit more stuff each video, so I'm aiming for around 45 minutes to an hour maximum for these videos, so, you know, they're a bit more of like a movie type thing rather than like an episode, I guess. But it's just, I don't want to make a video and just have a small amount of content in it, so, you know, having like the montage at the start, showing off a load of like hours of progress, doing a lot of the welding and stuff. I want to make it entertaining without it being like repetitive or dull. So you'll have to let me know as well how you think that is, your opinion and all that kind of stuff. But me personally, I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun, and this current schedule I have of doing one a week on Wednesdays is working for me really nicely. So yeah, we're all good with that. That's planning on staying for a foreseeable future. Braking speed is impeccable. And yeah, we're back to the base. So what I want to do is unload this into the refineries. Whoa, that's entirely off camber. Our other ship is currently using the connector. That'd be a problem. Right, let's turn off the thrusters here. You'll see I've added the same landing gear to the bottom of this one. I think it looks cool. What have I done? Cool. Cool. That's fun. So the actual mining ship, if you compare them, they're almost the same length. The mining ship's a little bit longer, but the welder ship is a lot wider. So, yeah. My plan is actually to build a couple of each of them. So I want sort of a welding ship and a grinding ship, And then I probably want 2 of these drilling ships. And then I also want to add a couple of cargo type vehicles. So like flying cargo vehicles. So one designed to purely just carry a lot of cargo, and then one which has the same amount of like thrust, but it doesn't really have cargo, but it has landing gear so it can pick stuff up. I think that would be a really cool thing, and then it's going to go onto the big rover, which I also need to talk about because I've made a little bit of progress to it, but not too much, not too much really. I want to show you how to build one of the suspension parts because I've been designing them like I said in the end of the last video. So yeah, a lot to talk about, but we'll get there. One thing at a time. Right, that's all of that emptied. How's the charge doing? Pretty good. We'll leave it on charge for now. We don't really need to use it. And actually, that sort of goes into one last thing before. You may have seen in that little bit there. Let's go back to this screen. We have 1.3 million iron. We have, you know, almost 100k nickel, over 100k silicon. Just a lot of stuff. And then I've also been constructing a lot, so I've probably, you know, spent about 250,000 iron on steel plates, interior plates, construction components. I've built a load of motors, a load of small steel tubes, batteries. Just basically everything I can, which uses iron, nickel, and silicon. Just so we have a lot of material on hand. I'm gonna obviously build more, but yeah, that's all that. Let's also, before I get talking about the large rover too much, let's get this loaded up. I think it is working quite well, having a slightly lower friction on these wheels. I don't know. It definitely is a bit more slidey, which is entirely understandable when I've set the friction of these wheels to about 30%. Oh. Oh. Okay, it might not work for this too well. Come on. Power. 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 Please. Please use your power. How much power am I actually... Friction is low, strength is low. Power's 90%. You know what, let's increase the friction to like 45. There you go. That's good enough for me. If that's good enough for me, it's good enough for you. So dump that into there. What connector is that on? I'll have to work that one out. Oh, we did pick up all the cobalt. That is amazing. Okay, we picked up a lot of nickel and silicon this run. Where is the cobalt? Oh, it got dumped into this connector, didn't it? I bet. Yeah. Okay. Let's dump all of that out. Oh yeah, okay. Before we actually get onto the full welding, I should probably talk... I'm not slowing down. I nearly didn't slow down. I should probably talk about what's going on here. So, I have designed these suspension arms. These suspension arms are quite simple. It does, however, require me changing one of the blast door blocks to this slightly weaker block to be able to, you know, build everything I need to around them. Not the most ideal, but it's fine. I could have got away with it if I changed that block, but it was just a lot of fuss and I didn't want to do it. So you'll see I've changed all of them apart from one, which I'm going to do on camera. And yeah, the arms are really, really good. You probably also notice I currently have the whole build on little legs, which I've welded up. That is, well, I've welded them up just so if, you know, when I'm messing around with suspension, it doesn't just break as a block and fall, because it was annoying to go up here in the first place. But I've currently got them up here just so whilst I'm building it's, you know, or whilst I'm building suspension, it's a lot easier to do. But I have full control. I still need to do a lot of the naming on here, so don't worry about that. If I was to change the offset on all of these, you know, if I was to, let's lift it up to about maximum. So my maximum currently is about 1 meter. Oh, on that sort of bit. You see here, that's all the suspension fully compressed, and that's basically what it looks like fully lowered. Bear in mind, all of these suspensions are also got the wheels on minimum, so yeah, quite a good suspension. It basically has it basically goes between these two extents, so between, no, come on, there we go, between 40 degrees and 5, so it's about a 45 degree movement, which is pretty good, Other than that, have I made much progress in here? Oh yeah, I've put some refineries in this section here, as well as a little path through. The pipes will go up at the top and get transported away, that's all good. The little catwalk, which doesn't hit with the suspension at fully compressed, but it does get you basically looking directly at the wheel, which is kind of cool. So, you know, be able to come out here and have a little wander around. The modules are going to go on the inside, so we have 4 of them, which should be alright. And then in here, this is actually a a vehicle transport bay. So I'm going to have a couple of rotors, pistons, which sort of lower arms down, pick up a rover and then lift them up, and they're just going to be sat on this spot and this spot on each side, which I think will also look really cool. Obviously here we have all the power systems. I haven't worked out a way to get to the next floor yet, but it's probably going to be somewhere around this area. And then if I go up to the main floor, you'll see I was messing around with this section because I'm trying to work out what the top's going to look like. I haven't quite worked that out yet, but you've seen the majority of this. This shows the rough length of the actual vehicle. It's going to be about that. I've added 12 cargo boxes. I've added currently 6 hydrogen tanks. So that's sort of on the conveyor point layer, which goes into the first bit of the first floor, which I think will be fine. It means it's really protected. Should be really strong. Yeah, I think it's actually going to look pretty good. I think it'll work pretty well. So yeah, we're going to do a little bit of a... I don't know, do we do a montage? Will this look good? You know what, yeah, let's do a little bit of a time-lapse montage thing of us doing some welding, and we'll come back. And yeah, we'll all have a good time.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Alright, so we have been fairly busy. We've managed to get all of the underplating done for the most part. We're missing a couple of sections here and there, but that's fine. I think a lot of these they already have all the stuff, they just actually need welding, and it was annoying to reach them, so. This. I'm looking if I can do that, so that's all good. And then we have been working on welding up all of the front section. As you can see here, that's a vast quantity of steel plates and things like that, to the point where my production is actually not fast enough to keep up with me. So if throughout the building I've just been constructing. So yeah, we're building everything. The Cobalt, you see here, is being made pretty much as quickly as it can. Yeah, quickly as it can be, but it's just taking a lot of time. So what I'm actually going to do is leave it to produce. And whilst I do that, I'm going to do something which I wanted to get done, which is show you how to build one of the suspension modules. Because I've had a lot of people saying, "Oh, that design looks really complicated." So yeah, I'm going to get on with building that. And yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time, but that shouldn't be a problem. Let's just empty that. So, what do we need? So to build this, we are going to need two rotors. We need hinges. We need 4 hinges. And also 4 of them, but we're not going to have enough space to do all that, which is fine. See what we can withdraw from that. Okay. So let's get started, shall we? So we need to place... Let's get this set up how we need. So we need a suspension block. We are going to need that block. We are going to need rotor. We're going to need a hinge. Okay. So we want to toggle block on. Let's actually raise it up just like that. And then let's toggle on all of these. Just like that. We want to get the suspension block. We want to get the compact one. Compact 1x1. And again, we want the little wire, which you can see on the bottom, to go to the top. So, gonna look a little bit like that. And like that. We don't need that, and we don't need that. Let's just chuck a load of materials onto there. Okay. We're going to want to grind down these blast door blocks. And don't worry, nothing's going to move, because obviously we detached, or we've turned on all of the stuff, so not moving. Let's just chuck the steel plates into there. Not going to need welding anyway. Yeah, they're all toggled on, so they're all sourcing out for us. Into that. Chuck that into there. And then we're going to need some interior plates. Don't have any interior plates, that's a problem. Let's quickly blast over here and get some interior plates. That should be good. That Reaver is very, very annoying. Or should I say, it is annoying everything around it. All the AI is not very happy that it's there. So we want to get the rotor, or sorry, not rotor, the hinge head, like that. We're going to want to attach it like that. We're then going to want to weld it up. So let's quickly go and get all that stuff. I nearly died, don't worry about it. And let's get some more of that if we can. Okay, so that gets the arm modified. Just like that. Next job we have to do is get some half blocks, like, or half panel. These ones. We want to place one on either side like that. And then we want to use 2 of those. One on each side like that. And then in that we want to find this block. The heavy armor sloped block. So I'm building all this out of heavy armor just because it needs to be strong. Which, you know, it's quite obvious. So we want to place it. So, I can't remember which way I placed all these. Okay, so we go up. So that was right. So I want to place that block like that. That block like that. I mean, you can't withdraw all that. Pretty sure I definitely have everything. Okay, cool. Makes sense. So we need that. We need that. Let's do that. We're also going to want as pretty much many of them as possible, as well as, yeah, 30 of them. It should do a little bit. Perfect. So now they're like that, we're going to want to lift it up to about 65 to 70. We'll go for 70. That just orientates it pretty much vertical. It's pointing a little bit forward, but that's fine. So let's get that up to about 70. Just like that. Now we need to place the rotors. So I'd like to place it just so the zeros are up the front. Unable to place, eh? Okay, let's... Oh, I had this problem once before. And I don't remember why it happened. It's something to do with like the hitboxes of stuff, and it drives me insane. I can place a full block, I just can't place a rotor. Hey, there you go, now I can. Still haven't worked out what causes that. And then I want the rotor head on top of this bit to have that little white line, so it's on that side. Just like that. And then on top of these, we want to place some advanced rotors like that. So that, for the first bit. Whee! Let's dump everything off. Good, good, good. Ooh. Place that like that. All that's welded up, all that's welded up, welded up. The next things we're going to need is that and that. Rotor part and the rotor. So, to be honest, when I was building all the other ones, I was using the actual welder ship. And I technically could now, but I'm just trying to charge it up a little bit because it's used a lot of power, obviously, with all the building that we've been doing. So, I've decided just to use the jetpack to do it. It's a bit slower, but it's only one. Doing it 7 times may have been slightly more tedious to do, but for this, honestly, not too bad. And then let's just build those two. And I think that is all of it. So just some pipes, mod pipes. And yes, I know there's a button, like a keybind, which I can use to just withdraw it without actually going into the terminal. I've had people tell me it quite a few times now. I'm aware, I, for some reason, just have a habit of not doing it. It's not that I don't know it's a thing, it's just I'm lazy in a weird way where I just don't do it. So, don't worry, I'm aware that it's a thing, you don't have to keep telling me. It's all good, it's all good. I appreciate the help though. And then we want to lower the offset. Oh no, I'm about to run out of fuel.
Fuel low.
Thanks for telling me at 8%. Get there.
Fuel critical.
I'm surprised I didn't die there. So that one there like that. And then to do this, you've got to be careful because with the trick that I use to do this, you can technically attach to the actual hinge part, not the actual rotor part. So the trick is just to try and get it to just, you know, like you see here. So it's just outside. And then when you attach and attach, you'll see it'll go a little bit weird, which is fine. But the second that you turn off these, everything will sort themselves out. And then you turn off that. Okay, so that's that done, and then the next bit is just to go to the seat. Lost it. Phoenix arm suspension, let's add it to the 4 remaining off-road 1x1s. Oh no, sorry, there's 2, isn't there? Phoenix arm suspension, let's add those ones in and save it. Now when I change any of the suspension, so we're going to set it to we'll do that. Want to change the power, change the height offset, change friction, change the speed limit. Now that should have changed that one. Ta-da! Now it's all in line. That's that one done. I think they should all have offsets. Yep, they do. And now what I can technically do is if you know what, let's make it daytime just so we can see a little bit easier. I change my drive wheels to be down, just like that, and then I change my arm suspensions to be down. Like that, and then if I actually increase the strength of my suspension, just like this, you'll see the suspension holds itself. It's all good. It's a little bit compressed here, as you can see, so I'm gonna have to just tweak the suspension as we actually build all of it, because obviously as I'm building I'm adding a lot more weight. So at the moment I probably want to increase the arm suspension probably up to about 30 maybe. And you might be able to notice, you might not, the back is actually higher than the front at the moment. You see here, it's lifted up. It's technically off the ground because you can see it's actually rolling now. These blocks are no longer actually touching the ground. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We've got a little bit of shakage, but it's not too bad. The one thing I've noticed is the weight of this vehicle is actually caving these wheels in a little bit, so they're a bit contoured in. Don't think that'll be a problem. It's just something I have to kind of keep an eye on. Yeah, it should be fine, but that's why for the most part at the moment I'm just sort of keeping everything up in the air and not on the suspensions, just so it doesn't do anything funky whilst I'm building. Just like that. Yeah, it looks fairly good to me. We've got a lot more welding to do. There's something else I was going to talk about. Give me a sec. Let's think about it. Talked about the suspension. I've talked about all of that. Oh, okay. So I was talking about in the last episode, I think it was last episode, that I've set myself a goal to go around the entire planet. If you look on the... I've got some GPS marks. I've got the North Pole marked, and I've also got the South Pole marked. Right? My plan, or my goal, should I say, for this series, is to drive entirely from one pole to the other pole, and then back here. So, if you notice, the South Pole's 38 kilometers away, the North Pole is 46. So I'm probably going to head to the South Pole and then to the North Pole. But if you notice, I'm pretty much in the center. So, it's either North Pole and South Pole. So that's about the center line here. And you can see my base is just there. So I'm pretty much halfway between them, but slightly closer to the South Pole. So I'm going to be having to drive all the way to the South Pole and then all the way back. So that will be a good test for this vehicle. The other goal is obviously to build the shield generator on this rover. So for that, I have a book somewhere. Where did I book? Yeah. So I did some calculations of how many field emitters I am going to need. And to be able to build the shield generator and the shield controller, which you need to be able to operate the shield, I'm going to need 424 field emitters. Plus 200 superconductors, 40 gravity components, and a lot of other just like steel plates and stuff, which isn't too bad. But they're both three of the sort of main difficult ones. And then I did a material list of the total amount of materials to build the shield generator and the controller. And it's going to cost me 1,130-ish kilograms of platinum, 2,386 kilograms of gold-ish, 3,000 kilograms of cobalt, 67 kilograms of silver, 25,000 kilograms of iron, almost 3,000 kilograms of silicon, and just about 400 kilograms of nickel. So quite a lot of resources. I've got basically the nickel, the silicon, the iron, the cobalt. The ones I don't have is the platinum and gold, and the silver-ish. The silver's not too bad just because it's not a very big amount, but the platinum and the gold is going to be what is hard to get. So it means I'm going to have to go to the outpost and do some trading to earn some currency, and then from that currency either buy the ingots themselves or the raw ore, I'm thinking. Either that or I can do some scavenging, it's entirely up to me, but that's kind of what I want to do. And to be honest, I can make a lot of money from acquisition contracts just based off the amount of materials I have. So what I think I'm probably going to do is drive this rover over to the outpost, do a load of trading, see what I can get, and then from there work out which pole I'm going to drive to. But I think that's going to be a fun little mission that gets that sort of idea done. That's kind of why I need the cargo ship to be able to carry materials and stuff that I need, and just a lot of other stuff. That's pretty good. How are we doing on this stuff? Production, we're still making a lot of stuff. So we've made 41,000 of that, 2,000 of that. How are we doing on these materials? We've got a little bit. Whilst I was building that, I also used the rover and actually drove all the way back up to the Cobalt mining rig. Picked up about, I think it was 7,000 kilograms of cobalt ingots, so that gave a bit of a boost. But yeah, it's just going to take a long time because I've only got 4 refineries at the moment. 2 on the cobalt miner and 2 on this base processing the cobalt, so it will just take a bit of time. But I think that is where I'm going to end today's video. I think between this video and next video, I'm going to try and get a lot of this stuff welded up. Obviously, I'm going to show you the progress. And to be honest, I've started to realize welding. So I have 2 options when it comes to showing you how the progress of me building everything. Option 1 is sort of, the player perspective of me in the actual welder ship welding up blocks in a sort of time lapse, but it looks a little bit weird, and when you get it proper fast, if you want to condense it down, you got to go faster. it just is a bit nauseous for some people, I'm sure, so I don't really like to do that. That's kind of why I like doing the sort of put the camera somewhere, and then each time I fully unload the actual ship, it's just like a little shot, so it sort of shows progress. I kind of like that one a bit more. It's a little bit easy for me to do as well. To be honest, the hardest thing is actually to remember to turn, you know, my HUD off so the screenshot looks right. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So yeah, you'll have to let me know. Me personally, I think doing it the second way, so doing just screenshots showing progress, is easier and better. It proper condenses it down, and you guys don't need to watch every single block being welded. I don't know. Me personally, I think that's a little bit dull, but you'll have to let me know. But yeah, that's where we're going to end today's video. We've got a lot of stuff done today, as you can see. But we have so much more stuff to do. So, hopefully you did enjoy today's video. If you did, as always, remember to hit that like button. Helps me out more than you think it does, and shows this series is one you want to see continue in the future. As always, my name has been Quantum Chief, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!